Hey everybody, welcome back. Ended up getting this in the mail from my buddy Gary over at VW Jawbreaker. It's a little care package from Super Clean. So let's give this thing a opening debut and see what we got going on inside. I was a runner-up, man. How can you dig that? See what we got going on here. As long as I don't cut myself. If you guys have seen my channel, I'm sure you guys have seen VW Jawbreaker. I'll put a link to the description if you haven't. Does a lot of good work on Volkswagens, helps out the community. Just an overall good dude. Alright, let's see. Got ourselves some Super Clean. Can't beat that. And some spray. I haven't used the spray. I have used the regular stuff, but right on. Let's see what else we got in here. Hey. Got ourselves a all-American Super Clean lid. Nice. Well, thanks Gary, and thanks Super Clean. I've used Super Clean in the past. I've used Purple Power. Purple Power is a cheaper version of Super Clean in my opinion. It doesn't work as well, but it works. See what we got going on here. You guys wanted to hit pause and read that, you're more than welcome. Awesome. Thank you guys, and thank you Gary. That will come in handy working on all my old junk. Hey everybody, here we are back at it again on the old S10. Got a few more upgrades. I've had these Caltracs for, man, probably 3 years. Just haven't made the time to put them in, but with all the wheel hop, those are definitely going in. New shocks, and we've got a locker. I can't remember if I've showed this in another video or not, but we're going to be putting all this stuff in on this little S10 video. So this replaces the spider gears. Never done one of these before, but should be a fun little project. Get both tires spinning on this thing. So it's a mechanical locker. Teeth just engaged, and then when it's light throttle, it'll click, click, click away. So that'll be fun. So I'll get the back tires off and go through this step by step as best I can. Alright, here we are up on the jack stands. First thing I'm going to do is remove these shocks. These were air shocks off my old Monte Carlo, and they bolted in, but the stroke was pretty horrible. I only got like 1 inch of lift, so those are coming out. Regular shocks are going in. Now the instructions for these guys is to completely remove the leaf spring, press it out, and reassemble. I'm going to try doing one side at a time and dropping the front part of the leaf spring, pressing out the bushing. How I'm going to do that, I'm not sure, but I'm sure we'll videotape it of some kind. So, put you in the stand. Let's get started tearing this thing apart. Alright, got the leaf spring out. Now I'll bring her back to my press and get this sucker out. So this press my buddy Dan gave me. Thank you, Dan. Harbor Freight unit, 12 ton. So what I'm thinking is I'll use this socket, stick that on there like that to press the bushing out. We will see how well this works. Got safety glasses on just in case. Son of a gun. That thing had some tension built in. Man, oh man. Well, let's give that another shot. All right, round two. So I'm going to try to knock this bushing down just with the drift and hopefully not knock the leaf spring over in the side of the truck. Starting to move. Alright, that's what it took to get that bushing out. I would have never been able to get that out in the truck. So, here's a new bushing, there's the leaf spring. I'm going to wire wheel all the rust out, put something on the outside of that to help press it in, and I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Noah's up from his nap, so on to the next day, but here's how she sits. Next step, I'll be putting one of these in, then I'll move over to the driver's side, do that spring, put the new shocks on, and then after that I'll be putting in the locker in the back, so hopefully this doesn't take me too long. But yeah, it's been doing pretty good. Anyways, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey everybody, here we are the next day. I'm gonna run a wire wheel through this sucker, clean up all the rust. A few spots of bigger chunks from that sleeve. Alright, there's that. Let's move on over to the press. So I think I'm going to lower this down so that way I can use a plate on the top and a plate on the bottom. That'll work. So I'm going to throw some grease on the inside of this. Alright, there's that. So I'll put this underneath the truck, get the front plate ready to be put on. So this has a excuse me, a steel pin that will go through this. That'll go through this hole, and then that will end up coming right up here, and then this will sit on top of the leaf spring. So I need to grab the bolt wherever the hell I put that. I'll find it. spring to the back. So now that the leaf spring is bolted back in, it's time to bolt in this lower plate. I think I bought this through Jags That Run, I believe is the name of the company. They used to do, they still do, make parts for V8 swapping a Jaguar. And this actually moves the axle back a little bit, so that way when it's lowered it stays in the wheel arch and the drive line doesn't need to be touched. And of course, because I have that hop shock or whatever you want to call it up here, there's a third shock. It is wanting to push the rear end back, so I'm gonna have to try lowering it down and pushing it forward at the same time. Minus the bar that connects. That's the last that there is to do. Hopefully this fourth spring doesn't get in the way in the bar. It kind of looks like it will. That'll suck. But anyways, it's not on the weight of the vehicle, so that might change. So I'm gonna do this side next. I'm not gonna record it unless something weird happens. So next time I put you on, it should have all this stuff on that side. Now look at this bullshit. The bolt goes up against the gas tank, can't even get it out. I'll figure something out. Put you guys back on in a minute. Here we are, got all the leaf springs put back in, new shocks, all the brackets. So one thing I ended up doing was, you'll see the overload spring right here, the front half, I cut it off. So I did that, because the bar going from the lower bracket right there up to the front, it would have hit. I tried tearing the leaf springs apart and the bolt was going to break, so I said hell with that. So anyways, got this all bolted up, and I'm going to take it off the jack stands and put those lower bars on. They're not going to be adjusted. I'll have my old man come over, give me a hand. But once I get that on, I'll put it on ramps, make it a little more sturdy for putting the Caltracs, or the excuse me, the Lockrite locker in. And yeah, so I'll bring you guys back on when I get the get it back up in the air and get ready to pull the diff cover off. So this bolt, what a pain in the ass. I had to drop the tank and see how banged up the edge of the gas tank is right there. I tried bending the gas tank in. Had to loosen it like 90% of the way to get it bent out enough. So I put it through the opposite way. I put the nut on the inside. Really shouldn't matter, but anyways, huge pain in the ass. I thought that side was going to be the easy side. So I'll get this thing on the ground, take all the jack stands out, put those bars on, and then we'll go from there.